Chair, let me answer Senator Ongwae. The dilemma we are in is the dilemma that we are staring at, all of us. I found an office at 67 or 68, as it were. Another story, it's not far from the truth, is that we found ourselves there. Development, it was below 18, Mr. Chairman. That's how things are. Even as we are working hard to do development, we could not. And Mr. Chair, you know the problem? The problem is that all the people who are employed, they are those lower cadres, not technical team. Doctors, they were not employed. Nurses. Therefore, we have more drivers. We were not doing a cosmetic dress in the stadium. Those are real stories. We went ahead, Mr. Chairman, we did the audit on certificates, fake certificates. A number of people have gone home. Today we were at IPEC. I thank that the Deputy President said they followed what case we did on verification of pending bills and on certificates. Chairman, is a tall order, but we are there. We are trying to limit ourselves to the resources that we have. And I want to repeat myself on answer here. I've not employed more than 48 people directly, and not even employment, Mr. Chairman, replacing those who are holding office. The only employment I'm intending to do is for the nurses and the teachers. Actually, they're close to 500. That's how serious I am. I can't preach of the water and drink the wine as it could be.
You know, Governor, we must draw the line. There are things you can do as a chief executive officer, tactical and operational decisions. It is not for the Senate to get into that. Ours is at the strategic and policy level. The law requires you to be at 35, you are at 68. Double. I mean, there is sometimes a level of tolerance. If you are at 37, I would say, this is okay, you're a work in progress. If you are at 40, we would say, fine, we believe if you grow your revenue base, it's going to change. But you're at 68, threatening to go to 78. Threatening to go to 73. Why should the Senate continue sending money to Kisii? Especially if that money is going to a black hole. We are not questioning, and perhaps I don't want to dwell on that. Of course, I'll give it a benefit of doubt. The people you hired when you got to office. But are you sure of the people you found in office are actual workers? You did an exercise, but that exercise is not yielding the results. You see, that's our frustration. You did a much publicized exercise. Has that exercise resulted in any reduction by a percentage or two of your wage bill?
Chair, I want to believe with the record we have, there could have been a reduction. But that reduction again, you know, we are talking of underpaying, and we must be able to get to the minimum wage bill threshold.
Governor, is your county secretary in the room?
No, he's not.
County secretary?
He's not in.
CEC, finance?
Yes.
CEC, finance.
I mean, Chair.
The measures that the governor took under his political and strategic direction, what has been the impact on the balance sheet? Talk to us numbers. Let the governor talk policy and politics. He's giving us a lot of politics. Give us numbers. What has been the impact of the governor's policies and politics on the bottom line?
Chair, I will not be able to give you straight that answer.
Can't you reflect on your role as CEC Finance as the person who verifies and assures that these financial statements are well rendered?
Chair, I do. And I did that, and of course the same has been done, that we had an increment of 600 as per our financial statement.
So the political and policy measures of the governor have resulted to an increase of 600 million rather than a reduction.
Yes, as per our financial statement which we conducted.
In other words, the political and policy interventions of the governor have been bure kabisa.
No, Chair.
But so demonstrate to us, as a person who's responsible for these numbers, a relationship between those policy and political initiatives and the financials.
Chairman,
there has to be a relationship, either proportional or inverse.
Chairman, let me say this, that for these figures, we can ask time to provide all those figures that you're asking for. But more remedies we are putting in places to control the resources as they were, increase our own source revenue. Amapi is talking about 1.5.
Chair, on a point of order, to be fair, governor numbers don't lie. You only raise 85 million.
No.
In your receiver of revenue. And you are increasing 600. And in fact, Chair, I have gone through the report that of the OAG. The total number of staff in Kisii is 5,570 employees. So what is the staff establishment based on that also in Kisii County? Vis-a-vis your own, even is the receiver through the choice, RORE, a receiver of revenue, because you have only increased 85 million, you want to hire 500, it is good to give, and I hope you'll give a number of young people those jobs, the nurses and EC teachers, which is good. But our argument is that this increment of 600 million, there is no principality and justification to say, and you can see your CEC of finance, who should be assisting, is eating mudomo yake. Anakula mdomo hapa. And you are comfortable sitting with him. In fact, you should sit far from that gentleman. He will lead you to a lot of problems. So this staff establishment of 5570, what is the staff? And that is why, Chair, at the beginning, I asked, now that the Vice Chair is chairing, I asked, where is the county secretary? Because if your county secretary was here, in fact, you would have been safer with county secretary than this gentleman. Because unless they fear you, Governor, do these people fear you?
That governor can answer.
Chair, through the chair, because if they are fearful in answering our questions, then it means they are fearing you.
No, Chair. I don't, that's right, Chair. Let me answer the questions that have been asked. Yeah.
Okay, let's allow the Vice Chair just to, so maybe he might help clarify things.
You can answer both. What we are wondering as a committee is there's an exercise that you did, ostensibly to do some staff rationalization. How many people or employees dropped off as a result of them being ghost workers, as a result of them not having the requisite qualifications? How many dropped off, and what was the wage implication in terms of reduction? The other thing that you did was making sure that you pay the employees as per the regulations. What was the impact on the wage? Is it the 600 million that we are seeing? We need those numbers, really, we need them. Otherwise, then when you're counting people and dropping them off, and then the wage bill is going up, the numbers don't add.
Chair, and in addition, when you look at the audit report, Governor, you didn't have a staff establishment. So as you answer that on myself and Vice Chair, have you put in place approved staff establishment of that 5570 employees, which is consuming around 68% of equitable share revenue that we are sending? Thank you, Chair.
Chair, I want to say that the staff establishment we have put it in place as we are talking at the moment. Therefore, as and when is required, we will definitely give it. Again, Mr. Chairman, on the numbers that of the people.
Chair, on a point of order, this staff establishment, Governor, in our committee recommendation, You have not provided evidence of the same. Is it here with us?
I'm saying it's going to be provided, Chairman, and it could not be inside
So
there.
this bundle that is looking so beautiful and well marked, it is not here.
No, there is more information inside that than
Or
that
Governor,
one.
you thought senators are busy, they can't read?
No. You see, there is more information there, Chairman. Senator Sergey, there is more information, more materials inside there other than that one which is missing again.
But Governor, through the chair, we are discussing 68% of your revenue. This is a so serious matter that it should have been priority by even giving us, through the chair, evidence of staff approved establishment. Where is it, Governor, through the chair?
Chair, this is, I'm happy that Senator Chergey is asking this question. This is a perennial problem that I just indicated earlier. And,
From when?
And you said it very well. We were with you here when this crime was being committed.
But Governor, it's 2 years. You have
That's okay, and that's why I'm saying I have already done it. You will definitely get it, Mr. Chairman.
My chair, could I please?
Chair, Onyonga, just wait a little bit. I agree we were here together. But Governor, you have been in office for 2-3 years now, and you are still lamenting of what happened. And you know government exists in perpetuity. This is a simple exercise, establishment of approved. And Governor, it is consuming 68% of your own. This is a serious issue. And this concerns about 55-70 of your employees. So my question is, in our recommendation, and in fact it is page 42 or 43, Chair, there was no approved staff establishment or organogram. So our concern, and that is why we wanted your county secretary to be here, because the two gentlemen seated in between you, we don't want to sacrifice you like Jesus Christ and leave Barnabas. What we are saying is very simple. This is a simple thing, Governor. Just show me and tell me, here it is, I will open, read it, and be satisfied.
I'll provide it.
Is it there?
Chairman, I think I've said that it's not in that document. I will definitely make sure we are provided to the Senate.
But it has been done, so it
has been done.
Place. So, Chair, if we can see that the staff establishment, you can give a ruling on the number of days.
Okay, we can give direction, Senator Onyonka.
I just wanted to say that, Chair, as I sit here as a Senator of Kisii County, we don't have either an HR audit which would show, and indeed Kisii is not a unique case, but I believe that anybody sensible would have made a decision to either do biometric registration, do an audit, because as I said, there were 2 audits done and they costed quite a bit, close to 10 million. That has not been shown. There is no staff establishment provided for so that you can know whether the numbers we are talking about do exist or not. So I would like to say that, Chair, with a lot of humility, I would want us to leave the discussion of this matter until all the data and information is provided to this committee. Otherwise, we accept the position of the Auditor General, and that is that there's nothing the county government has done as an executive to rationalize or plan on what is supposed to happen for the employees of the county government. Thank you.
Now, Governor,
Chair, on what my senator just mentioned, that there is no HR audit, I wonder if he has been even in this committee. When I made a report,
Governor, that's exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going. On 22nd of May 2023, when you appeared before this committee, to discuss similar issues, you reported to us that the county executive has procured a firm to undertake an audit of its human resource, and the exercise was ongoing. The exercise was expected to conclude in May 2023. So we were having the meeting in May, and when you appeared before us, you indicated that there was some work in progress. The conclusion and resolution of the committee was that the governor to appear before the committee in 30 days after conclusion of the ongoing audit. 30 days after the conclusion of the ongoing audit. So did this audit take place, and has it been concluded, and are there results? The one you referred to at our last meeting.
Chairman, audit was done.
Concluded?
Completed. And I believe, if my memory keeps me well, we must have submitted that report. Unless, if it's not there, again, I'll
No. The
provide it.
requirement was, really, the requirement was not for you to submit it. The requirement was, once you are done with the audit, because you are conscious that there was something going on, and so we could not make conclusive recommendations. So we said, go complete your audit, and then after 30 days, after conclusion of your audit, we shall reinvite you to give us an update. Now, I raise this to allow us to be orderly in the manner in which we proceed. If you can confirm that the audit was done, the audit was concluded, then what we need to do is to schedule a meeting to discuss the findings and recommendations from the audit. Is that fair?
That's okay, Chair.
And that's why I started by saying that really that is what you should have put on your response. That is specific. It is measurable. You know, but when you just say that we are taking measures, it does not tell us
Chair, I want to
much.
confirm that the audit was done, and we have the whole report. Any time that you need us before you, we'll provide it. We'll go through it so that you can be able to ascertain how many people went out and the savings from their where did they go to. Why are we at 68? That one, Chair, we are ready to provide all that information.
So I think we would agree then that at 68% of total expenditure, this is a matter that requires special focus, a special inquiry, and perhaps a special audit. And which firm undertook the audit, if you can recall? Was it OAG or a private sector player?
No, it's government of entity, that's IHRM.
IHRM.
Yeah.
So, members, we could create a date and an appointment where we will be looking at that report and then comparing it with your financial statements. Because as I asked earlier, if you have taken some proactive measures, it should reflect on the bottom line. But if it's still going up, then it tells us that something is wrong.
Chair, again, it's important that we mentioned of 600 million. If you cumulatively, you'll be able to calculate what ACDs and the promotions actually could be more than 600 million that has been consumed inside there.
Is that explanation before us?
We can provide it, Mr. Chairman.
Again, you see where my problem is? Because it's easy to say 600 million was because we resolved issue number 2. There was an issue there where people are getting below minimum payment. And your officers should be able to compute and illustrate that. In fact, Governor, now you're starting to operate like a certain gentleman that I know, who does not allow anyone to advise him, who hires advisors and ends up advising his advisors. You cannot be like that guy.
Do we know that gentleman?
You shouldn't be like that guy.
Do we know that guy?
Are your officers advising you?
And that is why I
Are
ask
they
the question,
helping you?
Chair. That is why I ask a question whether is the officers fear him. And he didn't
Surely,
answer.
your CECs should have more data, more information than you do
Because
on
they are
technical
technical.
basis.
Yeah.
And that's why I said your role is policy and politics. Theirs is technical. So please,
Oh, you're afraid you know more than them.
allow your advisors to advise you.
Or advise them on how to advise you before you come here. Chair,
be-
maybe in
don't be
conclusion,
like that
before
guy.
you rule on HR so that we leave, we pick a date. And Governor, make sure as the chair has ruled, provide us with many information because your county is so unique that it has the highest above Nairobi. I've told you Nairobi is 56. You are now saying you'll approach 73. So make sure this issue of HR is addressed because if you don't address us, as a Senate, we'll invoke Article 225 of the Constitution, where we'll recommend that Kisii County does not receive any funds, because this is a direct affront to the Constitution and the law. So I hope I don't know why Chairman is today magnanimous. He has given you a time where you will come back and provide more information so that this matter can be resolved. We want the people of Kisii to get employed and also to get drugs in hospital. We want people of Kisii to get employed and also to get good roads. So that is why the law is there. So, Governor, I request you that now that the chair has given you this lifeline, please provide us with all the necessary information so that we don't need to invoke Article 225 of the Constitution. I think, Chairman, I agree with you that we pick a date on how we can address this issue of wage bill so that we can move forward. I thank you.
Chair,
Senator Moro.
I would also be interested to get the findings of the report, because all of us are having this conversation and discourse whether devolution is working for us or our counties maybe are too small and unviable. And if you collapse them and have maybe bigger entities, then it will be better. Our counties just employment bureaus, and just living maybe for your case now would be having like less than 20% for development. I would really be interested, because as a new model of governance in Kenya, would be wanting to know the challenges. We need moments of reflection on what is working and what is not working. So I think that